Hi everybody, this is Fernando Herboso. I am talking to you from one of my open houses. Today is Sunday and I have time in between visitors. So I want to talk to you about lowball offers and what is the significance during the process of selling a house. If you are a seller, a home seller that you're doing on your own, or you have a listing agent representing you, there is some techniques how to negotiate a lowball offer without getting insulted and too emotional. And let me talk to you from a realtor point of view, which is I'm the listing of this property, I'm the listing agent for this property, and I want to make sure my client is well served. So from time to time, I do get some phone calls from other realtors that might not be that experienced, and they will say, "Hey Fernando, my client has a $400,000 budget on your $500,000 home. Will your client consider a $400,000 offer?" And obviously, I informed them immediately that I thought I was a potential visitor. So obviously, I informed them immediately that I do not have authorization to drop the price on this house by one single dollar. I've been hired to sell this house for $500,000. And also, obviously, there's also consideration that I can go to my client and say there's a possibility you may get less than $500,000. But for that, I'm not going to allow and get started on a verbal negotiation of the price of the house. Everything has to be written in a written form with a regular legal contract, and also making sure there's a deposit money from the buyer, and there's also an approval, full approval letter from a lender. So now we know this person is serious, and obviously I can go to my client and say, "Hey, there is an offer, and please understand, we've been in the market 45 days. At least they're the only ones that took the time to at least sit down and write an offer. So don't get emotional and don't get insulted. Let's see how we can negotiate this." So that's the process of presenting a lowball offer to my clients. But then at the same time, when I'm talking to the real estate agent and they're ready to put an offer together that I know is going to be a lowball offer, I like to explain to the real estate agent in a way, maybe educate them how to talk to their buyers, to the clients that they're representing, to make sure that they don't go over there and basically write an offer that have no chance on being able to be accepted. If the buyers want to buy a house, and if they want to buy a house for $400,000, they need to go and look for houses in the $400,000 range, not on the $500,000 range, number one. Number two, I explained to real estate agent that you need to make sure your buyers see this from the seller's perspective, from the seller's point of view, what represents to them a $400,000 offer. It is a $100,000 cut on maybe 30 days later. When we go to closing, they were expecting to get $500,000 in this house. They will only get $400,000, $100,000 loss on the house. But to your buyer, they need to understand this, that $100,000 less of a mortgage could be represented as a $600 a month payment savings for them. So here it is, on one side, my seller is losing $100,000 and your seller is gaining $600 per month. How fair is that? They need to see from the seller's perspective point, they're getting the money right there. They have to use that money to pay the bank, pay the closing costs, pay all the commissions, and at the same time, walk away with one single dollar if that's their profit, after possibly living there for 5 to 10 years on the house. Meanwhile, your client is not really saving $100,000. They're just saving $600 a month, because the $100,000 is on the whole amount of a 30-year mortgage, that more likely these people are going to die, or they're not going to be living there no more than 5 years and selling the property. So they need to get from a point of view. So how to talk to the client and say, "Hey, I want to put an offer for $400,000 on this $500,000 home. Hey, Mr. Buyer, understand this. There's 2 points of view whenever you're putting an offer together. First of all, you need to understand that to you, you're not receiving $100,000 off. You're receiving $600 discount every month on the life of a loan. But for the seller, it's a whole $100,000 when we go to closing. And there's a big difference on that. So we need to be fair how to put an offer together to make sure we can do that. Thank you. Have a good day.